So what if you never had to fight the trend? Let's talk about it. This is the mini VWAP, the Sniper mini VWAP. I might come up with a better name, but for right now, that's what we're dealing with. And as you can see, the main reason for it is to keep you in the trend. So for instance, we can talk about, well, let's look at the settings real quick. So we got the hour VWAP, the 4-hour VWAP, the 8-hour VWAP, and the daily. And these aren't anchored VWAPs. So what I've been recognizing when you're looking for a trade to keep you out of the chop, well, we'll get there. But for right now, the daily VWAP. You see how price got above the daily VWAP all the way up here? You probably would have tried to short this, and you could have, but we could have waited for all the confirmations that we needed. If you wanted to take the safe short, you wait for the hourly VWAPs. You wait for the hourly VWAPs. Sorry, my trading view alert's going off. You wait for the hourly VWAPs to overtake the daily. So as you can see here, once that hourly VWAP, that 1-hour VWAP was the one that was on top, that's when you could have took the short. Or you could have realized, hey, all the hourly VWAPs are stacked on top of the daily, take the short. If you wouldn't have taken the short up here, which was 9 times out of 10 divergence, let's see if it was divergence. This is the Oath Keeper, by the way. Y'all should know, be familiar with the Oath Keeper if you have been on the channel. So yeah. We got divergence here. And as you can see, we had another hit, which was even more divergence. And all the VWAPs were on top of price, which was, or not on top of price. Price far away from the daily VWAP. And one thing we know is price likes to come back to the daily VWAP at some point. So we got the divergence. Oath Keeper even printed telling you, hey, divergence. And then you got another one over here telling you, hey, divergence. But this is an Oath Keeper video. But that would have gave you the short. Now, staying in the short is the hardest problem that people are afraid to do. Especially in, I guess, what we're considering this a bull market. So you could have taken this to here, you know, scalping. It would have been a decent move with leverage. But what would have kept you in the trend, once price broke down, came back up here, retested the VWAP, and just started breaking down, that would have been when you take profit. And you could have held out on this as the VWAPs develop, because this is going into a daily open. So the daily changed, but the hourly started developing here during the 5-minute. And once the daily defined that it was down here and that the 1 hour was going to stay above the daily, you could have taken the trade. Because what you want to see to cut the trade is the daily getting back up under or not the daily, but the hourly getting back up under the daily. That's when you would have cut the trade. By then, it didn't matter where you cut it. You could have just, you know, took profit. But that's why you take profit in steps. A break of this, take profit here. Boom, 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 boom. Once we saw that this was weak. And we have other indicators to keep us in the trend. But once we saw this happening and price started to break down, this probably would have been a full take profit right here. Now, once price starts getting up under the VWAP and the hourly is crossing up under the VWAP, then you can start looking for longs. Because you see all this chop. And then you can see here the hourly in the what's this? In the 8 hour were on top of each other. Price shot back down one more time and you could have got long. And that would have been your long for current price action. For today's long at least. Now you see exactly how today played out. As long as these hourly VWAPs were under the daily VWAP, once the daily VWAP formed up here, that was telling you, hey, we can ride this trend back up. And you can see here, once the daily VWAP or the hourly VWAPs got above the daily, you could have started going short. Literally, when the green, when that hourly VWAP is trying to overtake all the other VWAPs, you literally could have got short at the cross right here. I didn't. I am short right now in current with current price action, and we're just waiting to see what's going on. This isn't an analysis video, but just from that you can see. So let's go down here to previous price action, and it's the opposite. When to avoid all of this chop, this is the 5 minute. This indicator is more for people who trade during the day and need the trend to, to be defined to get to trade. So hourly VWAPs under the daily, kind of sharp move down, and now the hour VWAP is overtaking all the other VWAPs on the bottom, and that's when you would have started looking for longs. Pretty sure this is probably divergence. Yeah. So you got your divergence, and yeah, price started creeping back up over the VWAPs, got back over the daily, retested the daily, came back down here, but didn't let's do some more here. But the hourly was still pushing up. So yeah, if you didn't get in here, this would have been another entry to get in here. And then when the price broke above the daily, it just trended up from there. And you could have been in and out of trades here. I mean, this is the 5 minute, so if you're scalping, then you could have been in and out of trades. And this pretty much works for pretty much all cryptos. And we can look at Solana. Keeps you in the trend, man. That's all you want to do is stay in the trend. Like you can see even now, we're rejecting off of the daily with the hourly stacked on top. So if this doesn't come up here and then it's probably gonna go something like that. Come on back down here to retest this. Now something cool I can show you all. So you see how it formed this little box, the daily above the hourly VWAPs. You would have been looking for longs here. Ideally, you would have been looking for longs here. And if you need a little bit more help to find a bottom, throw on a GPS.